We went to Hamburg and it was amazing actually. I've never seen such an incredible workshop, and we didn't know how. I've never been to an actual piano selection before and wouldn't know how it was going to work, but we arrived and we were given a choice of five or six pianos, of which 3 had been prepared, and we initially just sat and played each one to get our initial feelings. Would you say it was?
Yeah, I mean the whole thing was much more involved than I'd thought it would be. We kind of turned up. I was thinking, we'll see all the pianos, I'll know immediately which one's the best, and that'll be it, off to lunch kind of thing.
Exactly.
And it really wasn't, was it? There was much pacing about between pianos and gnashing of teeth.
Well, initially, they all, we played the first one, which in fact is the one we have got here, and it sounded glorious. And then we played the second one, and that also sounded glorious, but completely different to the first one and the third one, etc. And they all had a completely different characteristic. Then we moved them to a different position in the room on the advice of the technician there, so we could hear the difference in sound. And we also had to consider playing in this room, which had a great echo. It was like a concert hall. But then we had to consider that it would be being performed in this jazz club, which is a very dry acoustic. Then we actually, as Tom said, went for a cup of tea. We came back, we closed our eyes. And
it turned out in the end that the technicians had actually prepared them all slightly differently, hadn't they? And we were saying, oh, this one's a bit more, this has a brighter tone at the top, and the guy was like, well, yeah, that's how we. It was quite amazing how they were able to.
Yeah, the CF6 is very versatile in that way. Well, the piano at Ronnie Scott's gets used so much. Usually 3 or 4 different pianists a night are playing it every day of the week. So therefore there's a huge amount of durability that we look for in Ronnie Scott's for the piano. We have to take that into consideration. We need to have an instrument that will stand the test of an evening, a week, a year, a month's work, etc., etc. at Ronnie's, which is not like any other place because it gets played so much. Not only that, it gets moved around. Different pianists like different requirements.
Yeah, I mean, it gets played from 7:30 until 3 AM every night, doesn't it? Just relentlessly. And yeah, like you said, different you need a piano with the range to be able to sort of please all sorts of different pianists. I mean, you get Latin people and like jazz people, just kind of people with classical influences, people with just all sorts of sounds. And this was the one. It's just got such a huge natural sound, hasn't it? Enormous sort of timbre.
Yeah, the range, the colours within it are very strong. You can strike a note and get quite a sort of aggressive attacking sound, but you can play it gently. And I know myself and Tom just love the whole gentle ballad approach as well as doing all the rest of the stuff. But that's the hardest sound to get out of a piano, really, that even beautiful sound. That this piano responds to that so beautifully, and it's very even, but it's got a richness that you would actually expect it to be a slightly bigger instrument. And in this room, it sounds fantastic, really.